Walk through some systems. Like, how did you learn how to build systems? Are there any books that you've read that kind of walked you through it? What's your
Yeah, so I mean, we're still learning, right? So we're still trying to figure that out. I think I always, thank my family for certain things. My dad is general manager for a company, and yeah, he pretty much runs a lot of things over there. My mom's a real estate agent. She's always worked, 16, 17-hour days. So I've seen that kind of self-starter mentality where you just have to build that.
Yep.
And then just an obsession with, again, with trying to scale. And the only way that happens is with those systems. So that's where it starts, like the obsession with them, but then getting better at them. Trial and error, definitely. There's a lot of books we read and podcasts we listen to as well, and then just trying to take and improve on them each time.
Sure.
And then we also operate on traction.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
Yep.
So we operate in there. Still getting better at IDSing and doing our solving our issues that way and really communicating better as a leadership team. But almost everything we do right now is all systems. Like we have a good product, great product. Great company, everything else. But again, there's different issues, right? People usually get stuck to starting a company. There's people that get stuck at the 300 grand mark. There's people that get stuck at the 500 to $1 million. There's always new challenges as you reach the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? The average business doesn't last more than new startup less than 3 years, or like 95 after 5 years, like 98 after 10 years. So we're lucky to be going on 5 and going very, very strong. But it's for us, like if we're at one location and 35 employees, which is great, not by itself, but for us, that is on the timeline, we're at the very start still. So we're not nearly what our goals are, and we know we're not going to get there without systems to that end goal. Because we need to scale. Because every single time we've tried to leave and do something else, we've realized that if I wanted to add 2 more routes today, I just know our inefficiencies would scale with us. So we have to really be strong with our systems moving forward.
Talk to me about that. Explain what that means for someone that's maybe they're adding their second truck and they don't have real good systems in place. They can make the phone ring, but the operation side, they're a little bit lax on that. Talk to me about that inefficiency scale with you.
So especially a lot of times too, like part of the inefficiencies that the guys think about is like, all right, well, if I just get more jobs, I can hire more people, right? And then I'll get more people to do that. We still have to train those people, right? And then the people that aren't trained, then you have to go headaches and go talk to them and manage those people and fire them, retrain, everything else in between.
Sure.
Scaling doesn't solve any issues you have, it only multiplies them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the only thing it might help with it is cash flow. But even a cash flow standpoint, you're saying, oh, my disposal costs are too high. So if I scale though, my revenue will be higher. Well, again, same training issues, anything else. Well, your guys are going to start dumping more of your scrap. You're going to start not donating, doing that. Everything will scale with it if you don't have a system to keep control, and then systems are predictable as well. So again, going back to the forecasting and all that, like, again, you can think of scaling, buy 2 trucks, and then, oh shit, I wasn't ready to scale. I actually don't have the business. Now I have 2 more assets that I got to pay for. Mm-hmm. So it's for us, if we even did this more, we would do so many more systems. If I had to do it all over again, I would have so many systems from day one. It's a lot easier to build systems when you're small than when you're large. Because even right now, we're doing a whole new training system. And it's a lot more difficult to implement when we could have been creeping away out of it. Now I have all of our guys at the start we have to train them all once again. Sure. And to build that out.
So what's a system a guy with 1 truck should have? Like, walk me through a typical day. And there's a great book, Work the System. Have you ever read it?
I have not.
It's awesome. I interviewed him on an old podcast I used to have back in the day. But basically, he had this epiphany that business is just systems bouncing into different systems, and it takes all throughout the day. And you just have to have every piece has to have its own system. So walk me through like an example of like a one truck guy. What system should he have in place to operate the business at a basic level?
On a basic, just operational level, right? It's going out and like for the morning. What's your truck maintenance system, right? How are you keeping your trucks on the road? So again, how often are you making sure that operationally, like again, think of it like an inspection, is all that stuff passing. Whether you're doing that once a month, or once a week, daily
Yep.
is only a system when it's replicable and repeatable. So again, you checking it once isn't a system, but you putting something in place where you're checking it every week to make sure that that truck doesn't go down, not only cost you cost as far as to repair it, but downtime and again, where you could opportunity cost where you could be making money. So keeping your trucks on road is really important. Just a checklist for the tools and the supplies you want to be having on there, as well as like a post trip, making sure after the job is out, again, like damages. These guys are going to damage stuff on the road all day. It's a lot easier to maintain when you're small. So that's like something to like, you know, especially you don't realize when you scale. All right, I can catch one guy when he damages the truck. So there's one truck. When you have 10 trucks,
Yep.
like, when the fuck did that happen? And my apologies for cursing. They're like, when did that happen? And they're like, I don't know. And you look at the next truck, get piles. You can't keep track of it.
Right.
You don't have a proper system to do that. Now we have like a photo verification system after every trip and all that different stuff to keep better track of it. But I would just start with the trucks. Again, making sure those guys, that's what makes you money. That's on the road at all times. And when you start off, it's, you know, if you're buying a $65,000, $75,000 truck, you want to make sure that asset's, you know, in good shape.
Yep.
Then it comes down to simple, you know, routing, logistics, planning your day out in the morning at all times, condensing your routes to make sure there's not much dead time in between. Then all that stuff can just be simplified and simple checklists in the morning that it's repeatable every day. Hey, you know, check your emails, check your fine-tuned routing, follow up with your missed calls. Just the easiest way is a simple checklist that you're just knowing that you're doing every day. And I always like to say, I forget what book is it? When their checklists are really built for your smartest people, and they're really just
the Checklist Manifesto.
Might not be that, but there is something like that, and they all share knowledge, right? But really, it comes down to like people think, you know, checklists are for idiots. No, checklists are for smart people.
Surgeons,
as a reminder.
Yep.
All the checklist is supposed to be a reminder of some intricate you've already learned, and just doing that again.
Right.
So I'm a really big fan of checklists and using a system, you know, maybe you can do some sort of Google Sheets, but you know, Microsoft To Do or whatever that just has it on repeat that, you know, hey, every day you're doing this again. And then it's the most essential. What is the most essential stuff you need to run your day to day? And just put it into a checklist is the most simple way to start of anything.